Hi, welcome to Selenium automation demo on functional decomposition framework using TestNG by Thought Frameworks. Contents of our session are introduction to our framework, features, components, sample scenarios automated, execution in different browsers and test execution reports. Introduction to our functional decomposition automation framework. It's a hybrid automation framework which is a combination of data-driven as well as functional decomposition. Functional decomposition in the sense that we have related all the code into methods and reusing it in order to achieve the modularity. And data-driven means we are fetching the data from an external source and executing the scripts based on the number of rows of data present in the test data file. Features of our framework are listed as follows. The first feature is data files. We have option for Excel as well as for XML data fetching with the help of data fetching functions, that is XLS reader and XML reader. Reporting. We have different levels of report being generated after the test script execution. The first report will be TestNG report. It is a default report that will be generated once the test script execution is completed. JUnit report is an optional report. An XSLT report is a graphical report that will be generated if we have integrated AND to our framework. Next is customized report. It is a report which is customizable and it shows the test script execution status for each and every script at the suite level as well as at the script level. And automation real-time results is a portal which displays the test script execution status at any point of time during test script execution. Next is platform support for Windows as well as for Linux. Next is multiple browsers. We have option for executing the scripts in multiple browsers as well as multiple versions of the same browser. Coming to the components. The first main component of our framework is Selenium WebDriver. It is an open source web-based automation testing tool. It supports most of the programming languages and is platform independent. It's a freeware software testing tool and is mostly used for regression testing. And it supports all the latest browsers for web as well as for mobile applications. Next component is TestNG. It is a framework structure which is inspired by JUnit as well as NUnit, which has most of the innovative functionalities like dependency testing and grouping concepts, which makes the testing more powerful and easier. TestNG supports parallel testing, parameterization, data-driven testing, which makes it more flexible for usage. Next component is AND, another T tool. It's a build tool which is used for compiling the source code execution and generating the reports from command prompt. And the last component is XSLT. It performs an XML transformation on a file or a group of files. It is mainly used for generating graphical reports, along with the AND build tool. Sample scenarios automated. We have considered Tumblr website as an sample example to automate the scripts and run the scripts in different browsers. Let me walk you through the scripts of the application. We have logged into the Tumblr website with valid credentials and we have considered two scenarios. One is critical scenario, another one is the major scenario. In critical scenario, we are validating the contents of the dashboard page as well as under the customized block. Whereas in major scenario, we are checking the contents of the dashboard page with respect to the icons present in the dashboard page. These are the two scenarios considered for automation as well as execution of that one for the demo. And next is execution of scripts in different browsers. We can execute the scripts in two ways. One is using Eclipse IDE, another one is using AND. Using Eclipse IDE, we can write as well as run the scripts, whereas using AND, we can run the entire framework itself using the tool, and we can generate different types of reports as well. And we can run the scripts in different browsers as well as different versions of the same browser. And once the test script execution is completed, different sets of report will be generated. The default one will be the TestNG report, which will be generated with a folder name as test output along with overall and emailable report. Customizable report will be generated if the option in the config file is set to yes. An XSLT report will be generated if it has been triggered with the AND target. So let's see the execution of the scripts in different browsers. I have chosen Chrome as the browser under the config.property file for execution. And config.property file is a property file which is used for storing the configuration settings for the entire framework. The details mentioned in the config.property file will be used across the framework, and it contains all the mandatory things needed for the framework, like which is the browser, which is the data fetching, and what is the URL of the application, what is the database name in order to reflect in the database, what is the build number, what is the test cycle ID, etc. All the mandatory fields with respect to configurations are being stored over here. The execution of scripts in Chrome browser is completed, and it has taken 2 minutes 4 seconds for generating XSLT report as well as sending the attachment to the concerned person. Now let's see the execution in Firefox browser. The execution in Firefox browser is also complete. Let's see the different types of reports that will be being generated. So once I refresh the project folder, I'll be getting a folder by name as automation logs, which specifies the logs of execution. for both of the scripts. So here we can see the logs of execution regarding each step of execution. If it is failed, it will highlight it as error. Since it is a pass, so it is showing it as a step. So each and every step that is being executed will be uh, recorded over here as logs of execution, and if any of the step has failed, it will be shown as error, and the failed step will be recorded under the screenshots folder. So it will create a folder by name as build number as well as the cycle, test cycle ID, and what is the suit name, and under that we have logs as well as the screenshots. So this is the first level of reporting, and the next level of reporting is test output. It is a default test-ng report which shows the execution status. We have two groups, one is the critical as well as the major, and reported output shows the steps of execution for both of the scripts. That is, it's a pass, and we can even see the results under this one. And the third script is adding the bulk data into the database. I'll just brief you about this. So this is the overview of the execution. Next is, let's see the emailable report, wherein it is showing bulk data insertion, customize check, and test icon check. Bulk data insertion is a test method which has been invoked in order to insert the bulk information into the MySQL database, which is used for displaying the results in real-time results portal. And we can see the logs of execution here also for both of the scripts. And the next report that is generated is the XSLT report, which will show the graphical format of the report. Let's see this in a browser. So it shows a graphical format of the results overview and what is the amount of time each step has taken in order to perform the particular operation, and how many groups are there, what is the reported output, that is the logs of execution, as well as the results overview. We can view all these things, and also the time taken for each script execution as well is being mentioned over here. So this is the next type of report, and the next important report is the customized report, that is the user defined report, which shows the execution status as well as the execution time taken for each and every script at the script level, as a on also at the suite level. So here at the suite level we see the execution status, whereas at the script level we can view the detailed logs that has been created, which will be hyperlinked over here, and if any step is failed, it will be captured over here. And since none of the steps got failed, the folder is empty, and what is the amount of time taken for the entire execution will be recorded along with the details of the browser. So this is the Excel screenshots, since we have taken Excel as the external resource for fetching the data. Now at last, let's see the automation real-time results portal. So this is a portal which consists of all the filters for viewing the test script execution status. We can select what are the things we need to display in the results page. I have given the build number as 25. With respect to 25, let's see what is the result status for the Firefox browser as well as for the Chrome browser. Let's see what is the display. So I have executed 2 scripts, but before to that I have executed 4 more scripts. So we can view the details of execution here based on the filter. So let me filter based on the iteration value. So it shows the details of execution with whatever filters is being selected in the filter process page, that will be reflected under this, along with the time taken for execution, what is the date we have executed, what is the build number, what is the environment, what are the details we have entered in the configuration file, as well as uh, filters that has been selected in the filter process page will be reflected onto the results page. So this is a real-time results portal wherein we can check the execution status at any point of time during the test script execution. So it consists of three status filters, that is not started, in progress, started, and completed. So it will have four types of status being represented over here. Based on the status, it will show the results in the result page. Since the scripts have completed, we are viewing only the completed status scripts, scripts details. If you want to view the details of the scripts with respect to other browser, we can just change the filter and we can view the results of it. So I'm the author of this, that has been mentioned under the user ID, and link to the particular test error log, that is the log file, and the details of the script have been mentioned over here. So this is a real-time results portal wherein we can check the execution status, and for any queries kindly get back to us. Thank you.